Okay, when we're thinking of ideas, we could see the topic really of topic development in the band descriptors quite a bit. I've cut them all out here for you. Now we could see when we look at a 5, for example, where they talk about simple speech versus complex communication. Now this is something we're going to see a little bit later on as well, but it has to do with talking about personal elements versus general elements. Now, a personal element would mean something like, my name is Kyle, how old the person is, and kind of elements like that, really, where they work and that kind of thing. Now, general, which we can see over here as complex communication, means that the person cannot continue a conversation about something that's not related to him. So, for example, maybe a question in part 1 could be something like, how do you get to work every day? And maybe the person can answer, oh, I take my bicycle. Well, if that question changed and the question is instead, how do people in your city use public transport? Well, a lot of candidates would have a difficult time answering that because now it's a general question. It's not about the candidate himself. Okay, moving up to a 6, we have a great marker that we really need to pay attention to here, and that is willing to speak at length. Now, you're going to see again and again and again throughout the entire exam that taking risks is better for you than playing it safe. When we look at the difference between a 5 and a 6, at a 5 produces simple speech fluently, while at a 6 is willing to speak at length but may lose coherence at times due to repetition, self-correction, or hesitation. Now, when they say losing coherence, that means that the examiner cannot understand what the candidate is saying. Okay, and of course at a 6, it's only at times. Now remember, this is a 14-minute interview. So if you have that a few times, then you're likely at a 6. And that, of course, is in terms of topic development. So the ideas that you're making sort of don't really click anymore, and the examiner can't follow what you are trying to say. Now at a 7, it's a bit of a jump. So speaks at length without noticeable effort. I'm going to give you the tools to really move up that ranking in there as well, because as you can see, you can move up quite a bit just based on your ideas and topic development. Okay, when we're looking at 8 and a 9, generally speaking, an 8 and a 9 is really a high level. So a 9 is a standard native speaker. Well, it doesn't have to be a native speaker, but a standard speaker who obviously knows the exam. Now an 8 is someone with, we call it, I call it kind of a charming accent, or someone who maybe is just about perfect in English, but has a couple little tiny awkward pieces that he or she is missing. And at a 7, that is usually someone who has studied English quite a bit, works in an English environment, and knows the exam as well.